Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age The Veilguard. So, last episode we went into a Heart of the Titan and we stopped an evil clone of Harding. This time we are just going to go collect some more quests from everyone because everyone wants to speak with us. And we want to see what they want to say, shall we? And then from there, we'll kind of decide on what's going to happen next. Ooh, there's a little side conversation here.
It's weird. Minratha's being full of poor people.
Everywhere's got poor people.
No, I mean... My mother told me stories about Tevinter. Made it sound like it was all rich and powerful mages.
Your mother was in Parvalan before she came to Ravane. Her people were at war with Tevinter. Not surprised the stories she heard had us all wealthy and decadent.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. Alright, Davern wanted to speak with us. Hey, buddy, don't forget to pet the fucking... Don't forget Pac-Man. Oh, look at it, give me handshakes and shit. Yeah, buddy. Boop. How's everyone doing today? Everyone doing good? It's Friday. Friday fun day.
Hey, Rook. Have time for something outside the lighthouse? I was going to head to Arlington with the sun. See a real sky again. You're welcome to join us.
He wants to go for another walk. Alright. We shall do that. As I said before, we are getting close to endgame. So all these little side quest
Your
stuff.
turn to cook. What's all this gonna be?
Paella. Well, two of them. One without seafood for Emmerich. And a gooseberry pie for dessert. Nev's favorite.
You made dessert just for Nev.
There's enough for everyone.
Yes, but you still made it just for her.
You think it's a bad idea?
Oh. You like Nav.
You're sweet on Nev.
Don't say it like that. You think it's too much?
She'll love it.
Don't they say the way to someone's heart is through their stomach? It's perfect.
The best way to the heart is between the fourth and fifth ribs. Don't listen to Biago.
That was definitely not what we were just talking about, Akanis.
I'm not good at this. Hilario's always been the charming one. I just had to be good with a knife.
You can be both.
I've never really faced any problem too big to solve. Now there's Spine, the gods, Treviso. It's hard to ever feel you're doing enough. But here, now, I have people I can care for. Something as small as providing a treat feels big enough to matter.
That's pretty cool. Codex Lucanus. What do you got to say over there, bud? Who else has some conversations? Lara wants to speak with us. So let's go catch up with her real quick. Whoa. Oh, before this, one thing that did happen at the end of last episode that I ended up cutting by accident is, where is she? Harding is now a hero of the Veilguard. So that's the highest commitment level of focus possible for a Veilguard. Completing companions' personal arcs to achieve hero of the Veilguard status unlocks them item skills and increases support. So that was pretty big, and yeah. So we got this. Also, we got the Inquisition armor for a spotter for her. So 134% bonus damage. All detonations are more likely to disrupt affected enemies, and this chance for disruption applies to all enemies near detonation, which is actually insane. Does she get anything else? She got a new bow, but I like that, so we're gonna keep that. But she also has skill points, and she now has this. So soothing potion cooldown duration is reduced by 15%. Damage increased by 25, and you and your other companion gain bonus 20% damage and 50% cooldown reduction. So part of me wants to respec her to be health now that she's finally fully done. I had her supposed to be running all this stuff, but we can get rid of seismic shot for the health, and then we are just going to refund seismic shots. Yeah. And then we're going to throw her in here. And we're just going to, when activate the first instant of healing is increased by active. When the effect ends, the final instant of healing is increased by 300%. Now activate also grants deflect, or when activate also grants position. I kind of like the deflect. So now she's level 9, but she is a hero of Veilguard. So we're devoted, so we're together, and we're getting close to the final markdown. Anyone else? Yeah, so we're still working through them. Alright, let's see what Pilar wants to say.
Oh, hey, Rook.
What are you working on?
Oh, it's part of that artifact, you know, from the ritual. I wanted to see how they did what they did, what it meant. Tried asking that thing. It won't tell me.
The knowledge of the great Anaris is...
A thing. Least I figured that out. How to make it go away, I mean. Damn it. We were getting through to Syrian. He almost listened.
Almost isn't enough.
I hope you're right, but almost might not be enough. Not when he's killing people.
I know. And Yanarl and Hamuel, they're still sick. But it was him. The him I remember, just for a moment. Then it wasn't. Then he was someone I might need to... I don't think I can, Rook. Do that.
Sorry, I said I looked something up there. It's not easy.
This stuff's never easy. And it never should be. You become Anaris when the hard choices don't hurt anymore.
I want to believe, to hope, that it won't come to that. And that we get through to him, somehow.
I really hope you're right.
Well, either way, we'll be able to find them.
How?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Right. The artifact. Couldn't figure out how it did it. Made those demons, I mean. But I attuned its resonance, and I'll know where they are next time, before they finish. So we can stop them. However we have to.
We'll save him. We'll save him. We got
We'll
this.
Save your brother.
We'll fucking save him.
I hope you're right. I really do. But if we don't... Anyway, I should get back. To work, I mean. I don't think we have much time.
Don't worry, Pilar. We'll fucking save him. We will save him. Alright. Oh, our boy has some conversation that he wants with us. Let's go see him. Let's go see him. I'm back.
Ah, hello there. Just admiring how carefully the Fade is woven into this place. As cultivated as a palace garden.
That's old elven stuff for you. Magic everywhere you look, and also where you don't.
I do envy you, Rook.
Really?
A Grey Warden facing down peril in the distant Anderfells and beyond. Not to mention traveling with Varric. The adventures you've already had.
Never thought of it that way.
It just kind of seems like my life.
You don't regard anything you've done as singular? Work was always my excuse not to travel. But now that I've joined you, I'm finally exploring outside Navarra's crypts. Ah, speaking of the necropolis.
Yes?
I've been meaning to ask how you'd like your body prepared in the event of your death.
Me personally, cremation. Don't fucking have my body. I will hunt everyone's ass. Haven't considered it.
Never given it much thought.
You hadn't? Ah, he's finished the reagent. Please excuse us. Excellent work, Manfred.
He's surprised that we haven't thought of our death. Interesting, shall I say. Well, we did that, so let's go take a little walkie walk with the Griffins back in Arlington Forest, and we might as well bring those guys because we're gonna walk anyways with Davern, and the song. But we are getting to a turning point in the story where this can't be done, so we have to do it before then.
Strife wants everyone on the rescue mission.
What do you got for me?
If you're in the market for instruments of dismemberment, just so
How close
happens
are we?
I can help.
We're nowhere close, so no thank you. Is there anything here that I want? Oh, there's a memento that I want. And these look all cool and stuff, but I don't need them. Misa don't need. Alright. Where are we at, Davern? All the way up here. Yeah, OBS seems to be able to hand this so much better than my other program I was using to record. Well, I'm glad we got that figured out. I'm going the wrong way. There's an enemy there.
Trouble coming.
What are you doing up here, bud?
Go!
Get hammered. Give me here. Bang, bang. Bang! Alright. Get wrecked. Ooh.
You gotta move!
As you say. No!
Get staggered.
Way to fight, Brooke. So you met a god in the flesh. How are you feeling about it?
Well, our gods, technically. It's a little weird. More than a little, but honestly, it makes things easier.
How do you mean?
Well, they're real, but also, they're pretty evil and don't seem to care much about prayers. So it's suddenly very not complicated, you know?
Whatever keeps things simple.
A picnic, huh? Not how I figured two Grey Wardens would spend an afternoon.
Evka and Antoine's doing. They told me after all the Wardens have been through, and what's ahead, that I should take a break.
I'm surprised you actually listened.
You know how sad Antoine can look?
So what did you pack for the picnic?
Emmerich helped me brew a ginger wort truffle tea. I thought we'd see what all the fuss is about.
Sounds fun to me.
An adventure in a teapot.
More like a rediscovery. Apparently it's an old recipe.
Well then, to your health.
Cheers. That's not bad.
It's, gingery, but also garlic, hints of mushroom, and, something else. Oh, well, I've never eaten a worm, but yeah, it is a little earthy. Wait, what? There, Davrin.
What?
Nothing.
Huh? Oh, nothing, just, good tea.
You think?
Well, it's got an interesting aftertaste.
Emmerich said ginger wort might have some kind of magical properties.
More than mine.
Maybe it affects some people more than others. You all right, Rook?
That got you, son.
Worms to you too, Hassan.
Worms?
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. It's between me and Hassan.
You want to dig some up for him? Be my guest.
I'll skip that. Thanks for getting me out of the lighthouse, Davrin. And with good company.
San and his worms, bro. San and worms. All right. Well, let's finally head back to the lighthouse and start an actual main quest. Kind of crazy, eh? Kind of crazy. But we are finally here. Before we do, though, I have to go change. We're gonna change our uniform today. We've been in this nice white cloth for a bit. I think it's time for us to switch her up. Don't you think? Alright. So for regular wear, I'm going to keep the whites just because that looks awesome. For this though, we do have this if you want to rock that guy. But we've got some cool ones here now. That one's pretty cool, that one's pretty cool, that one's pretty cool. That's some pretty cool ones. Like that's pretty fucking cool. Champion's brilliant. You know, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's the one we've been kind of rocking. Honestly, this is love it so much we have to rock that. We now have some different hats that we didn't have previously. Like this one or this one. That one's pretty cool looking. I like that a lot, so that's the one we're going to be rocking. Axe-wise, we have this fucking thing now, which looks awesome. Or we have a bluer one, Gorgon. I like that one a lot. The ice axe is always cool, but I think we're going to rock this thing. We just picked it off of Darkspawn or something, which is kind of hot. And you know what? We'll also switch over to this thing because that looks cool. And I think we're going to keep that because, you know, that's just dope looking. Alright. We're also going to do it for our characters. Because, if you haven't guessed already, we are getting into the end game, and I want them to look nice and pretty while we do it. think we're gonna go with that. Switch her up a little bit. Davern. Oh, that's pretty cool. Griffin's tail. Let's go. Shield wise, I do like you with your eagle shield. I feel like if you go like that, that looks pretty cool. Emmerich, I do like your staff already. Let's go like that. Harding, my girl. What do we got? I still like you with that. And then for this, I could go Inquisition Spotter, bring back the OG, the Canis. This is this one. I like that one. That one looks pretty cool. And then for your other one, I think we keep it like that. That looks pretty cool. And I kind of like the flashy. Let's get him flashy going. Nev. Kind of like this one. And we don't actually have much for her. We should probably head back to Docktown and buy some stuff, I guess. You. I mean, yeah, you gotta run that. That's just cool. And then you on this side, you gotta run that. Yeah. Matches her horns. That's pretty hot. And then, oh, we could actually put some clothes on you if we want. I just feel like that makes the most sense for who you are. Alright, I guess we should probably start talking to these people. We should stop wasting some time. Oh, but we have a mission, it says. We have a mission that must be picked up. Ah!
Do you remember, Rook, when I mentioned another ceremony I must perform at the Memorial Gardens? The time has come. I was hoping you'd accompany me again.
More grave lighting?
No, this would be a more personal visit. Whenever you've time.
Well, it looks like we aren't doing a conversation. Because the Canis, Harding, want to speak now. Oops, sorry. I tricked you once again. I'm kidding. We'll move the velvet numbers.
Venatori are gathering deep in the forest. They've brought the Dalish with them.
Not long till the sacrifices start then.
We did kill Gillening's archdemon. The gods will want more power, and fast.
Then we strike quickly.
Then we strike while they're weak?
And we're not letting our people be killed.
No, we're not.
You know the gods best, Rook. The Veiljumpers are ready. Just give the word.
I'll go get Nev. She deals with Venatori the most.
Good point. We know where the Dalish are, and we know what we have to do. Let's do it.
Then we ride, and pray that fate is on our side.
Alright. I had to keep you in suspense there. I had to. I knew that was just a conversation, but I wanted you guys to think that was going to be the end of an era. But it's not. I tricked you.
Lace?
Hey, Rook. What's up?
Something's bothering you.
You're upset.
But I'm not.
You've been sitting in here by yourself. It's Solus's memory, isn't it?
Was the war really the elves' fault? Neither the elves nor the Titans knew what the other was. I just don't know if I'm angry, or sad, or just overwhelmed. What about you?
Sad, it's tragic.
The war was a tragic thing.
Maybe the elves and the Titans were too different, and the war was unavoidable. I think I'm mostly sad too. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. Revenge won't bring the Titans back. It can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved, and I want to try. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. In the Titan's heart, the Shade wasn't just angry. She was lost, and lonely, and confused. Solus didn't just separate us from the Fade. He separated us from each other. I wish I could make him understand what that feels like. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be all right.
I know. You're Ace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
Alright. And then Lucana said he also had a thing he wanted to talk about. So let's go see what he wants.
Hey, Rook. I'm just staring into the fire. I've heard that helps people think. Can't say I've had luck with it.
It definitely helps me. I'm not gonna lie.
Good, you're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago. Katerina is alive.
What? How?
Zara's carcass told the truth. Ilario didn't arrange Katerina's death because he spirited her away. Katerina has been a prisoner in her own villa, with Ilario as her keeper.
He needs to pay.
She's been kept there all this time. That's another reason to take him out.
Ilario is making his move. He's hosting the talons of the crows at Via della Morte. All of them.
Let's crash this party.
All it's missing is some heavily armed, uninvited guests. Shall we?
As soon as we've prepared. We have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him and Algernon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
It'll be slow going through Treviso.
Not for us. We're going by water, and Spite is keen to get this done.
Then let's make this a night to remember.
And with that, we have another quest. There. Alright, so with that, we have now gathered some quests, which we will do in the next episode. So yep, that's gonna have to wait. But we have to go to Emmerich. Do Emmerich quest, and we also have to go rescue Katrina, which is another big quest. Which will both be done in the next episode. If you're sticking around, we're going to catch up on our codexes from the last couple episodes. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, let's hop into the library here. We've got some missives. Thanks for the help, Rook and Tash. Arlene says your team took down the Fang Scorcher. Leaf and I were with the Veil Jumpers getting civilians to the area, but we're used to dealing with demons angry at old magic, not dragons angry at interlopers. We hunkered down as best we could, but she would have gone to us eventually if you hadn't drawn her away and defeated her. We haven't seen any future signs of on-time activity in Arlington, but we'll keep our eyes open. In the meantime, we're helping some villagers rebuild safely. Thanks for the help, Garrick and Leaf of the Veil Jumpers. That's all for that. Codex. Mornwatch. Navarre and Hazelnut, a tort. Note from Emmerich attached to a copied out recipe. Lucanus, here's my mother hazelnut torte. She made one every winter sind. Cake, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 cups of finely ground toasted hazelnuts, 3/4 of a cup of sifted flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder sifted into flour, 8 eggs, white and yolk separated, 1 1/4 cup of apricot preserved. Okay, it's just a fucking thingy. Alright, cool. Ingredients. If you want to make that, go ahead and make it. But I ain't, so. New flora. Nature's overwhelming variety outside my kingdom has been a revelation. It's one thing to see the illustrations in botanical studies, another to touch the bole of a young pine tree or pluck silver fruits from the best unknown in Navarra. I must note down the more interesting flora. Drake's tooth hawthorn, vicious leaves. Davern showed me one rooted in a sheer cliff in the Neanderthals. The Brazilian bitter cherry, a wonderful scent, but the fruit's entirely what it sounds like. Harding giggling should have warned me. The Ansberg mourning willow, how novel. Unlike some of the willows in the necropolis, those don't appear to produce any noise of their own at all, from Emmerich diary. From Emmerich on Sorrow Denied, a note left on a thick book. I once communed with a soul who shared a tale of deep sorrow from his youth, so that the truth wouldn't be lost, he said. Interestingly enough, he could only bear to recall the event after death, when the memory had lost its sting. I cannot share the tale. A watcher must keep the confidence of the dead. Your experience with what you call the Titan's shade brought this antidote to mind. As you say, in the first moments of your transformation, you are unable to unwilling to confront the depth of the Titan's sorrow. But unlike my friend, this pain was never quite your own. Instead of being trapped within, it fled elsewhere. If you'd like further reading, here's a copy of The Soul of Emotion by Hedda Gavedel. It's a fascinating work into the effect of motion on the mortal body and soul. Harding's note, Dead Titan. I think the lost dwarves are in their Anderfills. The deep roads can be accessed from an ancient dwarven outpost. Sun and Agat built atop a mountain to allow huge access to huge lyrium deposits. According to records, as they followed the lyrium deep into the earth, the miners suffered maladies of the mind. They say things, heard things, and felt things that they couldn't understand. The mind was eventually abandoned. Dwarves are resistant to the effects of lyrium. We assumed they could eventually be effective if exposed to too much lyrium. What if dwarves are affected by certain kinds? Lyrium still in contact with a dead titan, for example. Is there a titan under this on Negats? Well, we can confirm it was. Harding notes Red Lyrium. Stalgard says the paths leading to the Titan's heart are now peaceful and no longer lined with Red Lyrium. The jagged crystal we saw retreated back into the rock. The veins are blue again and sing like Lyrium usually does. It makes some sense, I think. The disembodied rage of the Titan, with nowhere else to go, took root in the heart, and the red lyrium extended from there. Her pain infected what was left of the Titan's body. When I accepted that rage into myself, it cleansed the mountain. The red lyrium we saw in the heart looks like blighted lyrium, but it's not. Blighted lyrium is almost impossible to destroy. It infects and grows and corrupts just like the blight itself. What we saw in the heart wasn't. Kalsharok scholars don't have an answer. I wonder if I can introduce them to Dagna. She'll have theories, I'm sure. Letter for Lace Harding. Excerpt from a letter from Stalgar. Perhaps I should have been more suspicious. The blight was surging, and yet we heard no darkspawn. The passages were quiet. It was supposed to be a routine patrol, but only myself and one other made it back to the rendezvous. He stayed in safety while I was in search for the missing. I never saw the shade, only heard it as it wept in the darkness. I drew close, and the sound became something more. I could feel it. Lace Harding, rage, sorrow, and a vast loneliness. It reached out for me, and I, feeling the pain like it was my own, reached back. The joyous wyvern. And so the joyous wyvern ran over field and through the wood until she reached her long missed cave and thought, yes, this was good. Except from Joyous Wyvern by Aguilia Calvano. Note attached in Lucanus's handwriting. Emmerich, do the books here come from outside the Fade, or did the lighthouse create them? This was read to me as a small child. I have not seen a copy since. How is it there's one here? Below in Emmerich's handwriting, a fascinating line of inquiry. No doubt it is tied to lighthouse enchantments. If we could find a copy of the book back in our own realm and then compare the two texts, we might learn if the one you found was taken from your memory. Scrawling Nevzan, more proof this place senses pieces of our thoughts. Lucana's logbook 4, late afternoon exercise and discussion with Tosh, Crows. Evening, inventory with Balara, supper preparations. Balara has ambitious plans for future meals at the lighthouse, which she leaves to the two of us. I've been tasked with suggesting substitutions where ingredients are not available. Some of our suggestions are rather inventive and would create a balanced flavor profile. Viego speaks often on the art of masking certain tastes. Perhaps I should set up a meeting so they can compare notes. Perhaps enemies of the House de Ribu won't last much longer. Ooh. Waterlog notes on the lighthouse. The lighthouse is a fancier version of flying buildings in Deventer. I know we learned that trick from the old elves. Takes more magic to keep rocks floating in the real world than out here, Nev. That has to be why ancient elves built so many things in the Fade. You don't have to use as much magic when you're always breathing it in. Balara. This place not mess up my lungs. Tosh. The lighthouse is well warded. In any event, your spiritism shouldn't be affected merely by being in the Fade. Emmerich. Okay, thanks. That's all I cared about. Why were these notes next to Hassan's water dish? I didn't move them. Nor I. Those damn wisps. The whips are still fucking with her, eh? And mementos, we have Arcane Astro Lab, an elven artifact that guides a meditated user to know their place among the stars. Whether that knowledge is boon or curse is the individual to discover and decide. Do we have any other ones? Oh. A blackened amulet. Amulet tarnished from age. A phrase in the archaic dwarven tongue is etched into the pitted metal. Mergish Shabotel van Tonal Sac Atrodom Parthus fell. Alright. And with that, I bring this episode to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Comment down below on how you're feeling about the Super Bowl coming up. If you are a football fan, I myself don't give two shits, but I live in a family full of football nerds, so I kind of know what's going on. And if you want to see more stuff, head over to my channel. Hit that subscribe button while you are there. That definitely helps the channel grow, and that would be much appreciated. And until next time, peace. Whoops. Try again. Peace.